like you were being watched? In this video, I'm going to be discussing surveillance and the role surveillance plays in regulating our behaviour. To do this, I'm going to focus on the Panopticon. I'm Emma, and this is Emma Online. To understand the Panopticon, we need to visit the work of French philosopher Michel Foucault. Foucault was interested in the operation of power and argued that power is enacted via surveillance. Foucault used the metaphor of the Panopticon to explain how this happens. Foucault drew upon the work of 17th century philosopher Jeremy Bentham in discussing the Panopticon. Bentham designed the Panopticon as an idealised prison. The Panopticon consists of a central guard tower surrounded by cells arranged in a circle. The prisoners are open to scrutiny by the guard, but the design of the tower means that they don't know whether or not they're being watched. Therefore, the prisoners behave as though they are being watched. It doesn't matter whether there is one guard in the tower or whether there are 100 guards in the tower, or even if there are no guards in the tower at all. The prisoners police their own behaviour in line with perceived surveillance. Anne Schwann and Stephen Schapiro state that the Panopticon both automates and de-individualises the functioning of power. I have just shared a quick and admittedly selective summary of Foucault's complex concept, but I'm especially interested in exploring how the Panopticon applies to us. Christopher Pollard explains Foucault's suggestion that observation or surveillance creates obedient citizens. People behave in line with dominant norms due to their belief that they are being watched. Observation creates and reinforces norms. We don't actually live in a world where everybody is in a cell surrounding a central watchtower. The centralised watchtower functions as a metaphor for any form of centralised surveillance. We might think of CCTV as an example. People shape their behaviour in response to their belief that they may be being watched. For instance, a person might reconsider shoplifting if they feel like there's a security camera nearby. Andrew White even suggests that weight loss is a function of the Panopticon, as people internalise a perceived norm and adjust their behaviour by dieting in response to it. The Panopticon also operates in digital spaces. Matthew Stein states that social media represents a form of panopticism that differs slightly from Foucault's discussion, since we choose to enter this process of observation. Like other forms of panoptic observation, social media still works to enforce norms. We self-police through selecting what we post, and police content others share through likes. However, this form of surveillance is also asymmetrical. We don't actually know when companies, peers, and even governments are looking at content we share. I don't want to begin an alarmist conversation about the Panopticon because I think it's very easy to slip into dialogues that really engage with fears about surveillance. But I think it's worth considering the role that surveillance plays in many facets of our daily lives. I'll repeat the question I asked at the beginning of this video. Have you ever felt like you were being watched?